Good morning. Today, continuing with our chapter Lines and Angles, we will study the application of the concepts learned in part 5 by solving few examples. Example number 1. Find the value of x, y and z in the given figure if L is parallel to M and P is parallel to Q. Let's see the figure. It is given that line L is parallel to line M. Also, it is given that line P is parallel to line Q. And we have to find angle X, angle Y and angle Z. Solution. As L is parallel to M and line P is transversal, so X equal to 100 degree because they are corresponding angles. We can see in the figure that we have taken line L parallel to line M and line P is transversal. When a transversal intersects two parallel lines, we get some pairs of angles which are equal, from which one of them is corresponding angles. So looking at the figure, we can see that x and 100 degree makes a corresponding pair. So therefore, value of x will be equal to 100 degree. Now z equal to 80 degree. Why? Because it is a pair of vertically opposite angles. Yes, in the figure it is clear that angle Z is equal to 80 degree because this is a pair of vertically opposite angles. Now for angle Y, also Y equal to 180 degree minus Z. This makes a linear pair. Let's see in the figure. Looking at the figure, we can see that angle Y and Z makes a linear pair. But in the figure, Z is not given. So from where Z comes? Because this Z and this angle makes a corresponding angle pair. So whatever is the value of Z here will be the value of this angle, that is this will be also angle Z. So we write that Y plus Z equal to 180 degree because it makes a linear pair. Linear pair means the sum is 180 degree. So we write Y equal to 180 degree minus Z. Solving further, we get Y equal to 180 degree minus 80 degree. Therefore, Y equal to 100 degree. Hence, the value of X will be 100 degree, value of Y equal to 100 degree and value of Z equal to 80 degree. Next, question number 2. In the given figure, AB is parallel to CD. Angle 2 equal to 120 degree plus x and angle 6 equal to 6x. Find the measure of angle 2 and angle 6. In the figure, it is seen that line AB, this is line AB and line CD is parallel to each other. So, and P is a transversal. So, we have to find measure of angle 2 and measure of angle C, which is clear from the figure that these both angles are equal because they are corresponding pairs of angles. So using this concept, we can find the measurement of both angles. Solution. It is given that AB is parallel to CD. Therefore, angle 2 will be equal to angle 6. Why? Because they are pair of corresponding angles. In the figure, we can see that when AB is parallel to CD and this P is a transversal, we get one of the pair of corresponding angle as angle 2 and angle 6. So, as both the given lines are parallel, we using the corresponding angles axiom, we get angle 2 and equal to angle 6. Putting the value of angle 2 as 120 degree plus x and angle 6 is as 6x, as which is already given in the question, we get 120 degree plus x equal to 6x. Further solving, we get 120 degree equal to 6x minus x, that is equal to 5x. Further solving, we get x equal to 120 degree divided by 5, that is equal to 24 degree. So we get the value of x as 24 degree. But it is there that angle 2 is what? Angle 2 is given as 120 degree plus x. So solving further, we get angle 2 equal to 120 degree plus x, that is equal to 120 degree plus 24 degree, that is equal to 140 degree. Similarly, for angle 6, we get angle 6 equal to 6x. Inserting the value of x, we get 6 into 24 degree, that is equal to 144 degree. Hence, the value of angle 2 is equal to angle 6 equal to 144 degree. This which we have already seen that angle 2 and angle 6 are equal. So according to this, we get both the value as 144 degree. Question number 3. Lines L parallel to M and P parallel to Q in the given figure. Then find the value of A, B, C and D. Yes, it is given in the figure that line L is parallel to line M. Also, line P is parallel to line Q. We have to find value of A, value of B, value of C and value of D. Now, solution. It is given that line L is parallel to M and P is transversal. Therefore, A plus 60 degree equal to 180 degree. They are co-interior angles, or you can say interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Yes, in the figure we can see that we have taken line M parallel to line M and we have taken this P as transversal. When we don't have to select line Q. When we take P as transversal and line L parallel to M, we get angle A, that is value of A plus 60 degree equal to 180 degree, because these both angles are co-interior angles, or you can say interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Therefore, A plus 60 degree equal to 180 degree, that is co-interior angles. Further solving, we get A equal to 180 degree minus 60 degree, that is equal to 120 degree. Again, it is also given that line P is parallel to line Q. Therefore, C will be equal to A, and the value of A we have already find ahead, that is 120 degree. So value of C is equal to A equal to 120 degree. Why these both are equal? Because they are corresponding angles. You can see in the figure that when we take P parallel to Q, and now we have taken C equal to A and L as transversal. If we select L as transversal, we get value of angle A equal to angle C, because they are pair of corresponding angles. Therefore, C will be equal to A, that is equal to 120 degree, and also C equal to B, and that is also 120 degree. Why? Because they are a pair of alternate interior angles. When they will become a pair of interior angles? When we take as line L parallel to M. You can see in the figure that when we again select line L parallel to M, and now Q is transversal. Before we have selected P is transversal. So we got A equal to C as a corresponding pair. Here we select line L parallel to line M and Q is transversal. We get in value of C equal to value of B, because they make a pair of alternate interior angles. So we get value of C equal to A equal to E, that is all the three are 120 degree. Further, for finding D, also C plus D equal to 180 degree, because they form a linear pair of angles. So using linear pair axiom, we get C plus D equal to 180 degree. Let's see in the figure. Yes, C plus D. Yes, you can see, and this is C and this is D. When we, as they both stand on a straight line, when this summation of these two angles will give 180 degree. Therefore, C plus D equal to 180 degree according to linear pair axiom. Further solving, we get D equal to 180 degree minus C, that is equal to 180 degree minus 120 degree, as we got the value of C as 120 degree, that is equal to 60 degree. Hence, value of A equal to 120 degree, value of B equal to 120 degree, value of C also 120 degree, and value of D equal to 60 degree. Next, question number 4. In the given figure, AB is parallel to CD and CD is further parallel to EF. Also, EA perpendicular to AB. If angle BEF equal to 55 degree, find the values of X, Y and Z. Yes, according to the question, it is given in the figure that AB, this line AB is parallel to CD. Also it is given that CD is parallel to EF. And furthermore it is given that angle BEF equal to 55 degree. We have to find the value of X, Y and Z. Solution: Y plus 55 degree equal to 180 degree, because it is pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal ED, or you can say they are co-interior angles. It is seen in the figure that we take BD as a transversal when line CD is parallel to line EF, because AB is parallel to CD and CD is also parallel to EF. So using theorem 6.6, we can write that AB is parallel to EF. Now, when CD is parallel to EF, we get BD as transversal, so we get angle Y plus 55 degree equal to 180 degree, because they are pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal. So we write y plus 55 degree equal to 180 degree. Solving further, we get y equal to 180 degree minus 55 degree equal to 125 degree. Now, to find the value of x, again we have x equal to y, because they both are pair of corresponding angles, or so using corresponding angles exam we get x equal to y, that is the value of x will be equal to 125 only, because ahead only we can see that the value of y is 125 degree, so x and y both will be 125 degree. Yes, that's in the figure. We can see that again when we take BD as transversal and AB parallel to CD, we get x equal to y, because they make a pair of corresponding angles. Therefore, the value, whatever is the value of x, that will be the value of y. Either you can say whatever is the value of y, that will be the value of x. Therefore, x equal to y equal to 125 degree. Now, to find the value of z, now since AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, therefore AB will be parallel to EF. This is due to theorem 6.6. Lines parallel to the same lines are parallel to each other. So, when AB is parallel to EF, we get angle EAB plus angle FEA equal to 180 degree, because they form interior angles on the same side of transversal EA. Yes, in the figure we can see that angle EAB, this is your angle EAB, plus angle, this angle, that is angle FEA. This will give 180 degree. Why? Because we take line AB parallel to line EF and taking AE as a transversal, we get these two angles, that is angle this and this whole angle as a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Therefore, we will write angle EAB plus angle FEA, that is these two angles equal to 180 degree. Now, looking at the figure, we can see that angle FAB is 90 degree, because it is already given that EA is perpendicular to AB. So, we get angle EA, this angle as 90 degree. Now, angle FEA means this angle is divided into two parts, that is angle Z and 55 degree. So, we will write 90 degree, this is 90 degree plus Z plus 55 degree equal to 180 degree. Putting the values of both the angles, we get 90 degree plus Z plus 55 degree equal to 180 degree. We know that value of EAB is 90 degree. This is 90 degree for EAB. And FEA was divided into two parts, that is Z plus 55 degree. So, we write 90 degree plus Z plus 55 degree equal to 180 degree. Further solving, we get Z equal to 180 degree minus 145 degree, that is equal to 35 degree. Hence, x equal to 125 degree, y equal to 125 degree and z equal to 35 degree. Last example. Example 5. Lines AB and CD are parallel and P is any point between the two lines as shown in figure. Prove that angle ABP plus angle CDP equal to angle DPB. Now for solution, as this is the question where we have to prove, we always wherever we have to prove the question, we write given to prove and prove. So first given. Now looking at the statement, we can see that it is given in the statement that AB is parallel to CD and P is any point between them. So we write given as AB parallel to CD and P is any point between them. To prove, we have to prove what? We have to prove that angle ABP plus angle CDP is equal to angle DPB. For proof, no, we have done first construction, so we have to mention after proof compulsory the construction. So we write this construction. Through P we have drawn a line QPM which is parallel to AB, which is parallel to CD. Now for proof, now AB is parallel to line QDM and CD is also parallel to line QPM. So therefore we get angle ABP equal to angle BPM. This is why? Because they are pair of alternate interior angles. Looking at the figure, we can see that angle ABP, this angle ABP, this angle and angle BPM, this angle, they make pair of alternate angles when we select line AB parallel to line QM and line BP as transversal. So we get angle ABP is equal to angle BPM as one of the alternate interior angles pair. Similarly, for another angle, that is angle CDP is equal to angle DPM. These both angles again make a pair of alternate interior angles when we select line QM parallel to line CD and taking PD as your transversal. Therefore, angle ABP equal to angle BPM. This is one of the alternate interior angles when line AB is parallel to line QPM, and again angle CDP equal to angle DPM when line QPM is parallel to CD. This is also pair of alternate interior angles, giving both as number 1 and 2. Then for the solving, we have to add both the equations. So, and adding equation 1 and 2, we get angle ABP plus angle CDP equal to angle BPM plus angle DPM. That is, we add left hand side with left hand side, that is ABP plus CDP. We will get AB equal to angle BPM plus angle DPM. So whenever we are adding the equation, we add left hand side with left hand side and right hand side with right hand side. So we get angle ABP plus angle CDP equal to angle BPM plus angle DPM. Now further solving, we will get angle ABP plus angle CDP equal to angle DPB, because the summation of angle BPM plus angle DPM will give angle DPB. Let's see in the figure. Yes, look, we got angle ABP. This is your angle ABP plus angle CDP. This is your angle CDP is equal to angle BPM. This angle plus angle DPM. Now when we add angle BPM, again let's see angle BPM. This is your angle BPM plus angle DPM. So we get the whole angle, that is angle DPB. Therefore we write angle ABP plus angle CDP equal to angle DPB. Hence proved. In this way, using the concepts which we have learned in part 5, we can find the measure of the missing angles and also prove some questions. Uh, Please copy these examples also in CW. Thank you.